Hey everyone, welcome back to Conversational English, the podcast where we talk about everyday life to help you learn English naturally. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Ethan. Today we're going to talk about something we all do every day, getting around our city.
Right, transportation is such an interesting topic because everyone has different preferences. So Ethan, how do you usually get around town?
Well, I'm a public transport guy. I mainly use the bus and the subway to get everywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah, what about you, Taylor? I know you have a car, right?
I do. I drive pretty much everywhere. I've had my car for about 3 years now, and I honestly can't imagine life without it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so convenient, you know. I can leave whenever I want. I don't have to wait for buses or trains, and I can carry all my stuff with me.
Yeah, that's true. But for me, public transport is actually really convenient too. I live right near a subway station, so I can get downtown in like 15 minutes.
15 minutes, wow.
And I love that I can read or listen to podcasts while I'm traveling. Like right now, I'm reading this amazing book, and my commute time is basically my reading time.
Oh, that's smart. I never thought about that. When I'm driving, I have to focus on the road, so I can't really do anything else.
Exactly. Plus, it's way cheaper. A monthly bus and subway pass cost me about $60. What do you spend on gas and parking?
Ugh, don't remind me. Gas alone is probably like $80 a month, and parking downtown can be like $20 for just a few hours.
$20, that's crazy.
I know it's expensive, but for me, the convenience is worth it. Like last weekend, I wanted to go to that new shopping center outside the city, and it would have taken me like 2 hours by bus with transfers.
Right, yeah.
With my car, it was just a 30-minute drive. And I could bring back all the stuff I bought without worrying about carrying heavy bags on the bus.
Heavy bags, yeah. That's definitely a problem with public transport. Although I have to say, I kind of like not having to worry about traffic and finding parking spaces.
Oh my God, don't even get me started on traffic. Rush hour is the worst. Sometimes it takes me 45 minutes to get home when it should only take 20.
45 minutes. See, that's why I love the subway. It runs on schedule and traffic doesn't affect it at all.
True, but what about when it's really hot or really cold? Do you ever feel uncomfortable waiting at bus stops?
Oh yeah, waiting outside in winter is not fun, especially when the bus is late. I usually check the bus app on my phone to see when it's coming, but sometimes it's still not accurate.
Not accurate, right?
But you know what I really love about public transport? You meet so many different people. I've had some really interesting conversations with strangers on the bus.
Really? I'm usually too shy to talk to strangers.
It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes people are really friendly. Last month, I was on the subway and started chatting with this woman who was reading the same book as me.
What a coincidence.
I know. We ended up talking for like 20 minutes about books and movies. It made the journey go by so fast.
That's actually really nice. When I'm in my car, I'm pretty isolated. It's just me and my music or podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like having that private space, you know. Sometimes after a long day at work, I just want to sit in my car, turn on some music, and have a few minutes to myself.
Yeah, I get that. Although sometimes on busy buses or trains, you definitely don't get any privacy.
Oh, I can imagine. What's the most crowded bus or train you've ever been on?
Oh man, there was this one time during a big football game. Everyone was trying to get to the stadium at the same time. The train was so packed that people were literally pressed against each other.
Pressed against each other? That sounds awful.
It was pretty uncomfortable, but everyone was in a good mood because of the game, so people were actually laughing and joking about it.
That's nice that people were friendly about it. You know, maybe I should try public transport more often. It sounds like it could be an adventure.
You should. And maybe I should consider getting a car at some point. It would be nice to have that freedom to go wherever I want, whenever I want.
Exactly. But honestly, both ways of getting around have their good points and bad points.
Absolutely. I think it really depends on where you live, what your lifestyle is like, and what's important to you.
Right. For me, convenience and flexibility are really important, so my car works great.
And for me, saving money and being environmentally friendly are important, so public transport is perfect.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the environment. Public transport is definitely better for reducing pollution.
Exactly. One bus can carry like 50 people instead of 50 separate cars on the road. I'm curious about something. Have you ever tried any rideshare services like Uber or Lyft?
Oh yes. I use them sometimes, especially when I'm going out with friends and don't want to worry about parking or driving after dinner. It's actually really convenient.
Right. I use them too, especially late at night when the buses don't run as frequently. It's like having the convenience of a car without actually owning one.
Exactly. Though I have to say, the prices can really add up. Last month, I took 3 Uber rides and it cost me almost $60 total.
$60? Wow, yeah, that's expensive. I usually only use them in emergencies or when I'm running really late. Speaking of alternatives, what about biking? Do you ever ride a bike around the city?
I used to bike to work, actually. It was great exercise and totally free, but I stopped when winter came. Biking in the snow and ice was just too dangerous for me.
Oh yeah, winter biking is definitely challenging. I have a bike too, and I love using it in the summer. There are some really nice bike paths along the river downtown. It takes me about the same time as the bus, but it's so much more enjoyable.
The river paths sound lovely. I should really get back into biking when the weather gets warmer. And what about walking? Do you walk places often?
Actually, I walk quite a bit. My neighborhood has pretty much everything I need within walking distance. Grocery store, pharmacy, coffee shops. It's really nice to just walk to get groceries instead of having to plan a whole car trip.
That sounds so convenient. My neighborhood is more spread out, so I definitely need my car for most errands. But I do try to walk when I can. There's a park about 15 minutes from my house where I like to go for walks on weekends.
That's great. Walking is such good exercise too. I've noticed that since I started using public transport and walking more, I feel a lot healthier. When I had access to a car before, I barely walked anywhere.
That's a really good point. I never thought about how my transportation choice affects how much exercise I get. Maybe I should try parking a bit farther away from places so I have to walk more.
That's a great idea. You know, it's interesting how our transportation choices really shape our daily routines. Like, I plan my whole day around bus schedules, while you can just leave whenever you want.
True, I definitely take that flexibility for granted. But on the flip side, you probably plan your time better than I do. I'm always running a few minutes late because I know I can just jump in my car and go.
Ha! You're probably right about that. I definitely have to be more organized. Speaking of transportation, have you ever had any safety concerns? Like, do you feel safe driving late at night?
Generally, I feel pretty safe in my car, especially compared to walking alone at night. But I do worry about other drivers sometimes, especially when it's raining or snowy. What about you on public transport?
Most of the time, I feel safe on buses and trains, especially during busy hours when there are lots of people around. But late at night, some stops can feel a bit sketchy. I try to stay near well-lit areas and keep my phone charged.
Smart precautions. It's good to be aware of your surroundings. Have you ever thought about how transportation affects longer trips? Like when you want to visit family or go on vacation?
Oh, that's a great question. For longer trips, I usually end up renting a car or flying, depending on the distance. Like when I visit my parents who live 3 hours away, I'll rent a car because there's no direct train route.
That makes sense. Having my car is definitely convenient for visiting family and weekend getaways. I can pack as much as I want and stop wherever I need to. Though I have to admit, long drives can get pretty tiring.
Yeah, long drives can be exhausting. I actually prefer taking trains for longer trips when possible. You can relax, read, or even take a nap. Plus, you get to see some beautiful scenery without having to focus on the road.
That sounds really relaxing. I've always wanted to try a long train journey. Maybe I should look into that for my next vacation. Speaking of the future, what do you think about electric cars and self-driving vehicles?
Electric cars are definitely interesting. They seem like a great compromise between having your own vehicle and being environmentally responsible. As for self-driving cars, I'm a bit nervous about that idea. But I can see how they might make transportation safer and more accessible.
I'm curious about electric cars too, though I worry about finding charging stations, especially on longer trips. Self-driving cars sound amazing, though. Imagine being able to read or nap during your commute, just like on public transport, but with the privacy of your own vehicle.
That would be the best of both worlds. You know, talking about all these different transportation options really makes me realize how much choice we have these days. It's not just car versus bus anymore.
Exactly. Between cars, public transit, biking, walking, ride shares, and all the new technology coming out, there are so many ways to get around. And what works best really depends on your personal situation and preferences.
Absolutely. Whether you drive, take the bus, ride the subway, walk, bike, use ride shares, or even dream about future self-driving cars, each method has its own advantages and challenges.
That's such a good point. Well, this has been such an interesting conversation. I think our listeners probably have different transportation preferences too, and hopefully this discussion helped them think about all the options available. Thanks so much for listening to Conversational English today. We hope this conversation helped you learn some new vocabulary about transportation and gave you some useful phrases for talking about getting around.
And remember, the best way to improve your English is to practice having conversations like this one. Try discussing your own transportation experiences with friends or classmates.
We'll see you next time on Conversational English.
Bye, everyone.